People of the State of Michigan versus Terry.
39 charges and over 200 victims. This isn't just a case. This is a massive financial scandal unfolding in court.
Alvin Kaufman, file number 26-7390FH. Time and date.
Wait, he's changing his plea now? That usually means one thing. A deal is on the table. But why now?
For pretrial, Mr. Kaufman is present, represented by Attorney Elizabeth V. Weisenbach. People are represented by Assistant Attorney General Michael Trescone, who is in courtroom as well. The court had a brief sidebar with counsel a moment ago, and the discussion that the court had with counsel was relative to what the plea offer was, in its entirety, as well as addressing victims' rights moving forward. Mr. Trescone, is that a fair understanding of our conversation off the record?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Weisenbach, do you agree?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. My understanding is that there's been a plea offer extended in this case. Actually, it's been memorialized, it appears, in a pleading that was just presented to the court, actually dated today's date as well. Actually, was this back in February 16?
We had discussed this, Your Honor.
Because the plea offer indicates February 16, 2026.
Those are all incorrect. It was today, it's March, including my own. I think I followed the lead of what was originally signed.
All right, we can address that toward the end of the hearing on this matter. Mr. Kaufman, would you please raise your right hand?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. The defendant was previously arraigned on these counts. I believe there were 39 counts, correct, counsel?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And the defendant wishes to change his plea. Is that correct, Ms. Weisenbach?
Actually, Your Honor, we were required to adjourn because the Attorney General's office wasn't prepared. He was prepared to plead the last time we were in court.
All right. But he is changing his plea today.
As a result of that need for an adjournment, yes.
All right. All right, Mr. Trescone, would you please state the terms of the offer on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. And I would note that the plea was signed this morning. I wrote the incorrect month and everyone followed my lead. So it should all be 3/16 of 26. The offer is as follows. Defendant agrees to plead no contest as charged to the original 39 counts. Defendant further agrees to acknowledge all 204 identified victims listed on Exhibit A attached to the plea agreement. Defendant agrees to pay full restitution to all 204 identified victims, totaling $1,111,165.77. The individual amounts of restitution are included on Exhibit A. In exchange for a defendant acknowledging and paying restitution to all his victims, the people agree not to bring any additional charges against defendant for the embezzlement and conversion of payments made to Kaufman & Co. Funeral Home for prepaid funerals and prepaid funeral insurance policies. The people further agree that defendant will be sentenced for his crimes against the 55 charged victims, and the people will not seek to introduce evidence of uncharged bad acts at sentencing. Defendant's estimated guidelines are 51 to 85 months on count 1 and 10 to 23 months on count 2. At sentence.
No sentence agreement. That's risky. The judge now has full power, and this could go very badly for the defendant.
The people will request that the defendant be sentenced to 2 consecutive sentences. The first one for counts 1 and 9 through 39, which is 51 to 85 months, and the second sentence covering counts 2 through 8 of 10 to 23 months. There are no other plea agreements, and there is no sentence agreement.
Ms. Weisenbach, is that your understanding of the plea offer?
It is.
Mr. Kaufman, is that your understanding of the plea offer, sir?
Yes, sir.
And do you wish to accept that plea offer?
Yes, sir.
Are there any other terms to the plea offer that we've not covered on the record, Mr. Kaufman?
No.
Ms. Weisenbach, do you agree?
I do.
Mr. Trescone, do you agree?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Kaufman, you are not on probation or parole to this court or any court, correct?
Correct.
All right. Have you had sufficient time to speak to Ms. Weisenbach about this?
Yes, sir.
Do you need any additional time to speak with her?
No.
Mr. Kaufman, is there anything affecting your mind or brain making it difficult to make important decisions?
No.
You have a clear mind?
Yes.
All right. In count one, you are charged with conducting a criminal enterprise. That is a felony carrying a maximum prison sentence of up to 20 years and or a fine of $100,000. Do you understand count one?
Yes.
The charge and the maximum sentence, I should state.
Yes.
All right. In counts 2 and 3, you are charged with the charge of embezzlement, agent, or trustee, $20,000 or more, but less than $50,000. That is also a felony punishable by up to 10 years in prison and or a fine of up to $15,000. Do you understand the charges and maximum sentences relative to counts 2 and 3?
Yes, sir.
In counts 4 through 8, you are charged with embezzlement, agent, or trustee, $1,000 or more, but less than $20,000. Those are felonies punishable up to 5 years in prison and or a fine of up to $10,000. Do you understand the charges and maximum sentences relative to counts 4 through 8?
Yes, sir.
In counts 9 through 39, you are charged with funeral contracts conversion. Those are felonies punishable by up to 5 years in prison and or a fine of up to $5,000. Do you understand the charges and maximum sentences that may be imposed relative to those counts?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all that then, Ms. Weisenbach, as to all counts contained within the information, alleging between December 1, 2019 through June 9, 2025 in the city of Bad Axe, County of Huron, that the defendant committed those charges, counts 1 through 39. How does he plead?
No contest.
Reason for the no contest plea.
Civil liability.
Mr. Trescone, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, that is a proper basis to proceed. Mr. Kaufman, the court is in receipt of an advice of rights form dated March 13, 2026. Mr. Kaufman, there's a signature on it and your printed name is below it. Did you sign this document, sir?
Yes.
Now, before signing it, did you read it over?
Yes.
Did you also go over it with Ms. Weisenbach?
I did.
You understand the rights contained on the form?
Yes.
By entering no contest pleas to all these counts, you're giving up all the rights contained on this form. Do you understand that? That means you will not have a trial of any kind nor have any opportunity whatsoever to contest your guilt. A no contest plea is tantamount to you admitting your guilt, and all that remains after today will be for you to be sentenced.
Stand.
If your pleas are accepted, you'll be giving up any claim that these pleas are the results of promises or threats not disclosed to this court during this plea proceeding. You'll also be giving up any claim these pleas are not of your own free choice.
Yes.
Other than the terms of the plea offer outlined on the record by Mr. Trescone, has anyone offered you anything such as leniency to get you to plead no contest?
No.
You understand that no one can make any promises from the court as to how the court will dispose of these cases. That is, no one can promise that the court will be easy on you in imposing sentence. You understand that?
I do.
Has anyone promised the court would be easy on you?
No.
Has anyone threatened you to enter these pleas?
No.
Are these pleas your own free choice?
Yes.
Court costs are due and payable at time of sentencing unless there's good cause shown. Are you aware of that, sir?
Yes, sir.
And that you're subject to a 20% late penalty for any unpaid court cost due 56 days following your conviction and sentence.
Yes.
Finally, if your pleas are accepted, you may be giving up the right to appeal issues that would otherwise be appealable if you were convicted at a trial. Further, any appeals from the convictions and sentences pursuant to these pleas will be by application for leave to appeal and not by right. You understand that, sir?
I do.
Mr. Kaufman, any question regarding any of your rights?
No.
Any questions of Ms. Weisenbach?
No.
All right. Court is in receipt of two proposed exhibits. People's proposed exhibit number 1, which is State of Michigan Department of Attorney General Incident Report 2025-04316228. People's proposed 2 is the same report number, but I'm assuming a different part of the police report.
Your Honor, if I may, one should be marked report 1 and one should be marked report 3.
I see it right at the very top. Yes. Mark, People's proposed 1 is report 1 and People's proposed 2 is report 3. Ms. Weisenbach, any objection to the court considering this for purposes of factual basis?
No.
Court will review the same. Mr. Trescone, are you aware of any promises, threats, or inducements for these pleas other than what's been disclosed?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Weisenbach,
I agree.
has the court complied with the court rule concerning pleas, Mr. Trescone?
You have, Your Honor.
Ms. Weisenbach.
Yes.
Mr. Kaufman, there's no agreement made by this court concerning these pleas and what the final sentence will be. Is that accurate?
Correct.
Ms. Weisenbach, do you agree?
Yes.
Mr. Trescone.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the pleas. They're done freely, they're voluntary, they're understanding, and there's a sufficient factual basis after review of People's Exhibit 1 and 2, which are incident reports that the court referenced earlier. And sentencing will be scheduled for
May 11th.
Weisenbach?
Thank you.
Sentencing May 11, 2026 at 9 a.m. Prior to sentencing, the court is ordering a pre-sentence investigation report to be prepared, provided to both counsel and the court at least 2 days prior to sentencing. Sentencing guidelines shall be scored 14 days prior to sentencing and provided to counsel. Any objection to the scoring of the guidelines must be filed in writing with the clerk of the court no later than 7 days from sentencing. Also, if there's any objection, the guidelines must be notified, probation department must be notified as well. Mr. Kaufman must appear in the courtroom at time of sentencing. If there's any supporting documentation, it can be submitted to the court no later than 7 days from sentencing. Any objection or written response must be filed 3 days thereafter. Bond was set at $100,000. 10% has been posted. Mr. Trescone, your position on bond, sir.
Your Honor, I have no objection to bond continuing.
Ms. Weisenbach, comment relative to bond.
Ask the court to continue bond.
Bond will continue to previously set. You will see everyone May 11, 2026, 9 a.m. Mr. Trescone, I'll ask you to retrieve your exhibits, and that will conclude the proceedings.